All right, what's up, everybody? This is just some commentary concerning Gaston County, the Neo-Confederate Monument, Gaston County Commissioner. So if anybody want to flag this video as I'm making personal attacks or other people that's on Facebook, I'm just letting Mark Zuckerberg and all his employees know that this is First Amendment protected speech. I am speaking of these individuals I'm about to mention in their capacity as elected officials in the county of which I live. So let me get right to it, because I'm not going to drag this out and make it a long video. But anyway, I just was watching a video, a live stream actually, by one of the commissioners, Chad Brown, who is up for re-election in 2022, and we're looking to primary him in the Republican primary and make sure he never makes it to the general, in addition to Tracy Fieldbeck. But another question that we should be asking ourselves right now, in this motion to dismiss that the county commissioners just filed in a court case to dismiss a lawsuit by the NAACP, a Gaston County Black Veterans Organization, a Black Letter Greek organization, a white citizen, and a Latino citizen, who are all plaintiffs in this lawsuit that the county is facing because it refuses to remove a divisive symbol from in front of its courthouse, a divisive symbol that takes on even more meaning now after the December the 6th Trump insurrection. So to bring Trump up, Chad Brown in his live was whitewashing Trump's culpability in the DC election, and again just going by the same old script, the same script that Trump used, and that's blame the media for lying, blame everything on partisan media, the liberal media. I think Chad Brown blame everything on the left, and Trump is just innocent in just months, documented months of him inciting the crowd. In fact, one of the commissioners, Tracy Fieldbeck, had a post removed from Facebook for violating community standards, and I didn't get to see, well, yes, I did see it, where he tried to use Dr. King's name to justify and call an insurrection a riot of the unheard, when this is not what occurred in December, when we saw neo-Confederate flags, neo-Confederates themselves, and other white supremacist allies storm the Capitol, invade the U.S. halls of Congress, and actively seek to hunt down elected officials in both parties. You know, they were chanting, hang Mike Pence. Okay? So, should these people resign? They are, as a whole, the county board, because to lie to the North Carolina courts and say you don't have the power to remove a monument that for a whole year you jerked people around who had peaceful protests, demonstrations, teach-ins, prayer vigils, just everything, and to get this monument to racism, to a government, the establishment of a government in its constitution that only allows citizenship rights to white males, not even white females, but only white males, and to forever protect the institution of slavery, the individual's right to enslave. And you have this as your centerpiece in the county, put up by racist terrorists back in 1912, given under a speech that was decrying African Americans for getting the right to vote. Okay? So how do you lie when you set up the Council of Understanding? All of this is documented in the county video archives, and we made our own videos, where you set up the Council of Understanding. If you didn't have the power to remove that statue, why you set up the Council of Understanding? Now, I stood up out of turn and even asked Tracy Fieldbeck, the chairman at the time, what's the point of a Council of Understanding if your homeboy over here, the county attorney, Jonathan Sink, who, by the way, one of his favorite books is this neo-Confederate whitewash history against Lincoln. That's your county attorney who kept repeating throughout the process that state law forbids this. We can't do anything. And I stood up and I asked, what's the point of a council of understanding if you're saying the law prevents you from doing anything? And it is on record of Tracy Philbeck's reply to me. And his reply was, we can do anything we want to with that statute. So you set up a council of understanding that early on I expressed no confidence in, set up to fail, when you have 6 for Confederate monument and 6 against it. That's who's going to change whose mind. But to my surprise, a Cuban immigrant was the deciding vote and changed his mind and said this Confederate monument has got to go. After sitting there and listening to everybody talk, moderated by the current chairman, Tom Keeger, who I told him, we had conversations, I had no faith in it. But y'all surprised me, 75-75. That was the vote to relocate this monument, get it off of county property. All right? So then, when you have that 75 vote, then you finally take up the vote to relocate it. And I think that one was, correct me if I'm wrong, 6-1. I could be wrong on my math about the number of commissioners, but it was 61. Of course, it was Chad Brown, always that one that was wanting to lead that statue right there. And he has lied to other people about his reasons for wanting to keep it there, talking about the $200,000 that Tracy Philbeck and the board was going to set aside to pay for these neo-Confederates to come get this statue. Which, by the way, it's also on record that I'm the one who told them, y'all better come get it before it get destroyed. It is that divisive of a symbol. And it's time out for that now. And so, but we're going to do it the peaceful and democratic way. Kept going to the commissioners meeting, collecting signatures for the petition to relocate. I would say over 1,000, maybe close to 1,000 signatures. All these people writing letters to the Gaston Gazette, coming out as professionals, part of lawyers, all these different organizations in Gaston County, overwhelming majority to relocate it. And then the last official act, I think, of Jack Brown, no, it wasn't the last official act of Jack Brown, who got primaried, and that's why he's no longer a commissioner, all right? But you engineer a vote to keep the statue right where it was, saying that you had to vote to keep it there because you had to rescind the agreement that you had, a legal agreement you had with neo-Confederates, likely insurrectionists who was in D.C. on the 6th. This is the county government, right, that we're dealing with. These are the individuals we're dealing with. But to lie to the courts as well and say you didn't have the power to do this when this was determined during the council of understanding and during all these commissioner meetings that you had the right to move it. So what changed? You voted to remove it, so obviously that question was already put out there if you had the legal authority to remove it. And a majority of the board voted to remove it, thus stating that they had the legal authority. But now in court filings through your very expensive North Carolina attorneys have filed a motion to dismiss, lying to the courts that you don't have the power to do this, citing that state law, a partisan law, passed to protect Confederate monuments, but in a way worded in a way as to make it seem like you just protecting all monuments. But no, the goal was to protect monuments to insurrectionists, treasonous people, whether they actually own or enslaved individuals themselves or not. They certainly had the dream and fought for the establishment of the government that would have gave them that right. and nobody else any rights but them as white men. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. And we had these county commissioners not telling the truth and lying to the courts and lying to all of our faces. This is all documented in the media. So Chad Brown deleted his video because I asked him, why are y'all lying to the courts? Why are y'all lying? I think this is grounds for impeachment. I don't even know what the process is in Gaston County. Do we need to do recall elections and then we have commissioners supporting insurrections, or make an excuse for the insurrectionists in charge or in chief, Donald Trump, and his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani? Not just what he said at that Save America rally, but all the lies he's been telling, looking to disenfranchise African-American voters in various states, that all the courts threw out these frivolous lawsuits. So tell the truth, shame the devil, and Chad Brown, you can just drop your little pious Christian act, okay? Because I'm a Christian too, and I read the Bible, so man, get out of here with that stuff. But you getting off that board, I promise you. I promise you. So we have this election coming up by 2022. I don't know what the process is to get these people out of office now for showing allegiance to neo-Confederate insurrectionists. What better symbolized than a neo-Confederate monument right there at your county headquarters, the center of the county seat. So I said I wasn't going to make it long, but we had to call these people out. We had to tell the truth. We had to shame the devil. Devil don't care who he used to tell lies and perpetrate injustice. Peace and blessings to all except for you white supremacists, insurrectionists, terrorists who want to kill people for this white supremacist ideology. I'm out.